Hello, lovely people. Welcome to our weekly reading for the week of the 1st of July, 2024. I hope you are all well. I hope you're all having a good week. And I hope you're looking forward to seeing what the week has in store for us. Let's take a look and see. Okay. Right, so we have Judgment, and we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. Wow, that's a really interesting, very positive set of cards for this week. We have two major arcana cards, which are, working on a deeper level within us. And then we have a minor arcana card, which is very much day-to-day, sort of week-to-week kind of surface level stuff but they all interconnect with each other. Right, so let's start with Judgment. So Judgment is very much about rebirth. It is, it's about considering the repercussions of your actions. So Judgment is not about judging other people or even judging yourself. It's really about reflection and on your past actions and the implications of them. And this card also indicates that clear judgment is needed when making a decision. So, it's about having the self-awareness and the ability to accurately assess situations and people. And so when this card comes up, it's telling you that this is a situation in hand and that you do have the ability to to accurately assess those situations or that situation. Or it may even be about assessing people. So these abilities, when you combine them, this ability to be able to assess and to reflect and have clear judgment, when you combine all of these things, well, that increases your chances of lasting success. And it's also important to kind of remember here as well that, occasionally short-term sacrifices are necessary for long-term fulfillment. So it's quite a good start to the week, really. Reflection. Now, this card can also represent reawakening and sort of like returning to life, maybe after loss. And so what this card is doing is it represents your ability again to abandon the thoughts and the habits and whatever attitudes you have that keep your mind in a sort of death consciousness. And that would be emotions like fear, helplessness, avoidance, procrastination, all sorts of self-limiting behaviors. These are all mental graves, and it's time to get out of them now, which is what these figures are doing. They are reawakening. The angel on top here is your higher self and is, blowing the trumpet and telling you to step out. And it's time to step out of your self-imposed mental graves, really. So all of these figures, they represent those different sort of facets of you, and that those long dead parts of you that need to return to life. And those sort of things are like the dreams that you've abandoned, the goals that maybe you've forsaken, and the hopes that have been crushed throughout your life. And what this card is doing is it's telling you that all of these trials were necessary to make you strong, to make you the strong person that you are today. So when the Judgment card appears, it's a wake-up call. It's time to push past all of these self-limiting behaviors and all of these self-imposed behaviors. And it's time to summon up the courage to live consciously. And I know it's really easy to think that, well, what do you mean by self-imposed? I didn't do that. Somebody did that to me. I'm like this because of something else or because of someone else. And that may well be true. However, this card is telling you, it's reminding you that you have the ability to push past those things and to take control of your life again and to be in charge of you. So it's saying to you, summon up the courage to live consciously. Now, if we take the Wheel of Fortune next to this card, so these cards are all very affirming of each other, really. So the Wheel of Fortune is about it's about kind of making peace with life's unpredictability, because this card symbolizes unpredictable events, and these events can be fortunate or they can be unfortunate. But they're events that occur with seeming kind of randomness, and that they will leave you feeling like you have no control over them. Now, the Wheel of Fortune, what it does is it represents this circle of life, this constant motion, the up and downs of our life. And what it's doing is it's telling you that during the low energy cycle, so the down cycle, this is a really beneficial time to reflect on your past actions. And here we've been asked to reflect on our actions too, aren't we? We're being asked to reflect on the repercussions of our actions. And this is coming up here again now with the Wheel of Fortune. This is just telling you that when your life is slowed down, when it's slowed down, then this is a really good time to reflect. And when your energy then is high, or things are happening, then this is the time to act. And it's the time to act on prospects as, for your maybe career or your social or creative opportunities that are often more plentiful at this time. So when this card appears, it's telling you it's time to realize what is happening in the greater scheme of life. And this will, if you realize this, it will bring you peace of mind. So are you on a down cycle where it's time to reflect, or are you on a are you on a high energy cycle where it's time to get moving and do things? If we were looking at numerology, for instance, the down cycle would be probably the number 7, which is very much about reflection, and the doing energy part of the cycle would be probably a 5, because 5 is very much about change and adaptability. So, and these sort of things, these are all connected with each other. So when this card appears, it's time to get off the emotional roller coaster and to detach from the drama. And here again, this is mirroring this card again, isn't it? Because this card is very much telling us to step out of our death consciousness, if you like. This card is telling us to step out of fear and to step out of hopelessness and to step out of avoidance and procrastination. And this card is telling us the same thing. It's telling us to get off that emotional roller coaster and to detach from external dramas. Now they're different. They are different things, but it's very much about staying centered. And when you're fixed here in hopelessness and self-limiting behavior, then you're not centered. And this card is kind of saying that this is really where all of these self-limiting behaviors reside. They kind of reside here on the outer rim of the circle. The outer rim of the circle is very fixed. It's the edge of of the wheel. And when you're on the edge of the wheel, this can get really emotionally exhausting because, we don't have complete control of everything that happens to us in life. But we do have control on how we respond to life. And this is where it's important to stay centered, because if you're centered, if you're in here, then this is where your wise spirit resides. And this, you can choose, do you want to be centered or do you want to be on the outside? Being centered means that the world around you can be falling apart, but you are okay. You know where you are, you know who you are, and you're okay. You're okay with yourself. So it doesn't matter really what's happening on the outside. If you're not in touch with this center, then you're going to be all over the place on this roller coaster on the outside. So it's a really good time. This card is telling you to get centered. This is the time to take unexpected things in your stride, whether they're good or whether they're bad or whether fair or unfair. Don't take random events personally, because they're not personal. Not everything in life is about you or is about me. Sometimes just shit happens. And if you're centered, you will recognize that, and it enables you to go with the flow. Now, this is going to take us to the 9 of Pentacles. And this card represents wealth and security. And it symbolizes sort of luxuriating in your accumulated successes. Now, every financial guru will tell you that gratitude leads to more wealth. So be grateful for what you have. This card is telling you to take a little bit of time out and reflect. So there's a fair bit of reflection going on for this week. And it's teaching us that wealth follows your focus. So this must be, and it's also telling us that our focus must be trained. Because to be prosperous really is a state of mind. It's more of a state of mind than the amount of money that you have or the amount of money that you're making. So if you want to experience more wealth, you will have to slow down and you have to acknowledge your success and be mindful of where you are. So place your focus, know where you're placing your focus. And this card is telling you to open yourself up to wealth. It's telling you to take control of your place in life. And it's telling you to take control of your focus. So create an environment that emanates your prosperity, because abundance will follow. It has to start with what you inside. What you have inside will reflect on you on the outside. So the 9 of Pentacles, it does promise prosperity, success and comfort. However, it is a Pentacles card, so you have to work at it. And you have been working at it. And what you've been doing has been slow and steady, because Pentacles are slow and steady. They look at the long term. And this card kind of reflects sort of a self-made person, somebody whose success results from training and planning and applied effect. So let's look at just how these cards all interrelate with each other. So you've got Judgment and you've got the Wheel of Fortune. Now, together, these cards can indicate a really significant shift in your life, and that this is about to occur, and that it may significantly impact your future. So you're being called upon, with these two cards, you're being called upon to take an active role in shaping your destiny. And that the choices and the actions that you take, they will have significant impact on your life. However, you may need to let go of old patterns and beliefs to embrace the new opportunities that are coming your way. But what these cards are doing is that they're telling you that the universe is on your side and that the ups and downs have been part of a greater plan, and that soon you will experience a change or opportunities will come your way, and they are changes and opportunities that will make your life smoother and more joyful. So this is I love this. And then if you look at bringing the Nine of Pentacles here, you know, the Nine of Pentacles and the Judgment card and the Wheel of Fortune also saying a significant change is on the horizon, and that you do have the ability to make the right decisions, and that because of this card here, you are going to have the best possible outcome. And you know that it's with the Wheel of Fortune, it's telling you that it's time to take a risk and to realize your potential and to step outside of your comfort zone. It's all going to be okay, because the Nine of Pentacles, it's about luxury, it's about self-sufficiency, and it's about independence. And if you look at these two cards here, you have one symbol in common, and that is the birds. And birds represent freedom, and they represent freedom both psychologically and even from physical restrictions. So there's a lovely synergy with these cards, and I really dying to hear how you get on this week. So this is going to be the end of our reading, and if it resonates with you, do please leave me a comment below. You can also subscribe to this channel to be notified for the next reading. And if you would like to know more, you can book a private reading with me. You'll find my email address in the description of the video. So lovely people, until next week, I'm going to love you and leave you.